In Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the moment between Anakin and, of course, Emperor Palpatine talking back and forth about the dark side is a great pathway to many abilities. Today, I want to go over the ability, the Force ability to be exact, that Emperor Palpatine himself even feared and used sparingly in Star Wars. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, in the Star Wars franchise, we have seen many different Force abilities from user to user, but I want to look at Emperor Palpatine, specifically in the prequel trilogy and in the original trilogy. Now, so far, visually, what we have seen, the most iconic Force ability is Force Lightning. By far, it's one of my favorite Force powers that I have seen on screen. Even Supreme Leader Snoke uses it against Kylo Ren. However, today I want to go over a rather unknown Force ability that actually Darth Sidious himself even feared and decided to use sparingly because of how dangerous it really was. Now, in case you guys did not know, Force Lightning has a cousin to its own power. The cousin to this ability was known as Pyrokinesis, or Force Fire. Unlike Force Lightning originating from within the user, Force Fire was used by using the Force to microscopically rub air molecules to create friction and produce a flame. The power generally was used when there was already an existing flame, but the power can be generated by air. Sidious used this ability as a Sith apprentice to Plagueis. He used a single candle to incinerate a corrupt senator. Sidious realized this power was a dangerous one and only used it sparingly. Now, the whole cool thing about Pyrokinesis, also known as Force Fire, is Palpatine used this sparingly because he feared that it was far too dangerous for him to use all the time, much like Force Lightning, where he can use that at will at any point in time. The reason as to why Force Lightning was so dangerous to be used upon a Force user is because essentially it creates fire around the whole entire environment. When he kills that corrupt senator, if you guys read a lot of the expanded universe and canon material, etc., for Star Wars out there, you will learn that there are a lot of abilities within the dark side that never actually made it to the movies. And this is something that I really believe Kylo Ren should harness in Star Wars Episode 9, don't you think? I think that Kylo Ren now being Supreme Leader Ren of the First Order, it would be pretty stunning if you guys had to ask me if he was able to provide a new power unlike any other before on screen within the Star Wars franchise. You know, because if you look at all the different characters in these movies, they all hold different powers. Why not introduce a new one? And I think that Kylo Ren using Pyrokinesis upon an enemy of his, or maybe even against Rey, would be truly stunning. Now, we do know that both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley, they are indeed reprising their roles as both Kylo Ren and Rey in Episode 9, so it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what new things will come out and about in Episode 9. But as far as Emperor Palpatine goes, this Force Lightning compared to Force Fire. Force Fire was actually far more dangerous for that reason, and that reason alone is because it's essentially almost uncontrollable. When he kills the corrupt senator, the whole entire room went up in flames, and the corrupt senator actually just vanished. So that's what I wanted to explain to each and every one of you about the cousin to Force Lightning, which was called Pyrokinesis. And like I say, I feel like that this ability should be seen on screen either by Kylo Ren, or maybe the Game of Thrones guys who are developing a new Star Wars trilogy, most likely centered on the Old Republic. Why not have a new Sith Lord that would use such a power against one of his enemies to show the fans around the world that there are more dark side powers other than Force Lightning. Now, as Palpatine said, like I stated before in the beginning of this video, to Anakin, is that the dark side is essentially a pathway to many abilities. That is a little thing that I think that J.J. Abrams should use as a little nod to prequel trilogy stuff where he can actually introduce more powers in Episode 9. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.